Hi everyone, and welcome to Surrendering with Sarit. I am Sarit, and I want to welcome you to my home in Johannesburg, South Africa. I am so happy that you're here. If this is your first time, then welcome. If you are coming back, I can't tell you how much I appreciate your time, your attention, and coming back here. Really, thank you so much. The topic that I chose for today is judgment. And judgment is a difficult subject. It's something that I struggled for quite some time, and I didn't even know that I was doing it. I think the first clue that I was actually very judgmental is when I learned that I'm judging myself the hardest. So, do you often feel judged by others? I know when it comes from family members, this is the hardest thing to take. It's very hurtful. Maybe those snide comments, maybe someone just like poking at you with their little remarks, and maybe it's about your appearance or the way that you eat or how smart you are or your lifestyle or anything like that. And when it comes from the one that are closest to us, from our family members, this is the most hurtful. And I want to tell you about that, something about that I learned, that usually when that happens, it's more a reflection about the other person inner world and how they feel about themselves. I want you to take a moment just to think about it. It's not really about you at all. It's about them. So, I want to read something for you from my book. I hope by now you already got it. This is Surrendering, How I Learned Letting Go. And I want to talk to you about how I found out my judgment, and that was towards my sister, who I love so much, Kiki. Shout out to you. Let me just read it to you and see how that makes you feel. But I think the thing I resented and envied the most was Kiki's courage. Throughout life, she stood her grounds, she spoke her mind directly, and fought for what she believed in. Even at a great personal cost, her will could not be bent. It didn't matter how many times the belt came out, and that happened more often than not. As a teenager, I hated her so much for having that courage that I could never master, to stand up to my father. I could never understand back then why she always had to be so rebellious and combative, disrupting the peace in our family, creating all kinds of havoc and upheaval. Why she couldn't just be the good girl? I was the good girl. I adapted all these mechanisms. I managed to do it. Why couldn't she do it? And I judged her. I judged her harshly on that. I know now what I didn't then. That the things that trigger the strongest emotion in us are just a reflection of what is happening within. The very reason I hated her was that she had the courage to do what I never allowed myself to. The more rebellious and independent she became, the harder I worked to be the dependable, predictable, good girl persona to compensate and balance the scales of our family. And this just goes to show you that it wasn't really about her, the way that I judged her. It wasn't anything that she did. It was everything that had to do with me. Me not being satisfied with the way that I led my life. I wanted to be more courageous. I wanted to be more rebellious. I wanted to have a tattoo. I only got that at 40. So, my advice to you and what I want you to know from my journey is, first of all, understand that people usually don't really judge you, they judge themselves. That makes it easier to accept. And then the other side of the coin that I talked to in the beginning is that when you judge others, what do you judge them on? Take a minute to think about that. Are you walking into a room and judging that girl eating that ice cream so ravishingly and lovingly and enjoys it? Are you looking at the guy that is loud and dominating the room? Who are you judging? What are the issues? Maybe that is time to look within yourself and just think, what do I need to work on so I can be happy with myself? And from my experience, the answer was just to be kind. When I started to be kind to myself, not judging myself, first of all, for the things that I chose, for the way that I wanted to be, when I became more authentic, then it became so much easier to just not be judgy of others. Be kind. Be kind to yourself, and then naturally being kind to others is going to just come out of you. You don't even have to try. So I want to leave you with that thought. Have a deep look within yourself. If you like this content, please, I ask you, let's spread this kindness all over and have more people reach this channel. Like, subscribe, share. We can make it, spread the word, spread the love, and spread the kindness. I'm so happy. I hope to see you next week. Love and light. Sarit. Bye-bye.